aren't the droids we're looking for.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's them! Blast them!
Hey guys, this is Jared. I'm from Jerry's Game Shop, and I'm so glad that you have tuned in for another episode on our YouTube channel. First, I want to say thank you for those of you who have been subscribing and getting on our channel and watching our battle reports. And I know it's been a little bit since we posted a battle report, but we are working on it. We've got one filmed that I'm editing right now. I'm scheduling a couple more to get for some friends of mine to come in and shoot. And I'm excited to get those out to you. Thank you for your patience. I put a lot of work into those, and it takes me a lot of time to do it. And believe it or not, this is not my full-time gig, as you can tell from my 5 things. So I'm a busy man, and I try to do it as much as I can. But what I don't want to do is put out videos that are subpar or low quality. I want to give you the best that I've got, and so I appreciate your patience in that. In the meantime, we're going to be doing this new series called Get Into Legion for $250, and we're going to look at all 4 factions and the Shadow Collective Battle Force, and we're going to talk about how you can get into those, build you an army for $250. One of the annoying parts about putting all of this together is going and buying all of these boxes individually, trying to find the best price, shop around, those kind of things. Well, we have made that process so easy for you. My friends at the Gilded Greyland, a sponsor of the show, have created a product that you can buy with one click, and it's going to include all of the boxes that we talk about in this video. And all you have to do if you want to get the things that we talked about and get a roadmap for getting into Legion, you just have to go to the description below, click the link, and you can find that item there where you can purchase everything we talk about. So in this video, we're going to be talking about not only what to purchase, but we're also going to talk a little bit about list building and kind of give you some pointers with how you can shape this list, these lists based on the things that you're going to be buying. And then we'll also give you some direction for additional things if you want to spend more than $250, what might be kind of the next step to take in rounding out that list. So let's dive into it. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get started in the Empire. And if you are looking to get into Empire competitively right now, the Blizzard Force Battle Force is where it's at. Blizzard Force is dominating kind of top tier tournaments right now, and it's just so incredibly strong and so incredibly hard to beat, especially with the new suppression rules that have come out. I think that Blizzard Force is just going to be really top tier until they do something to weaken it a little bit with points or with rules modifications or things like that. But for now, if you're looking to get into the Empire, now is the time, because the Blizzard Force Battle Force is top tier. So Battle Forces, if you don't know, are kind of a reward for taking a very thematic army, and this is themed after the battle at Hoth. And so in the Blizzard Force box, you're going to see an ATST, you're going to see 2 units of speeder bikes, and you're going to see 3 units of snowtroopers, as well as Darth Vader. And this is a great box to kind of get started into Legion. It comes with some really powerful units that are going to be a lot of fun if you're into the Empire. It kind of touches all the high notes of the Empire with the kind of iconic units and vehicles and personnel. So it's a really great box. So the Blizzard Force Battle Force box is where you're going to want to start. That box retails for about $150. And it comes with Darth Vader, 3 units of snowtroopers, 2 units of speeder bikes, and an ATST. And those are some really powerful and really fun units that are going to kind of be the core of our build. So in addition to that, I'm going to recommend a few more things that you pick up immediately. The first thing is the new Essentials kit. That's going to go in every one of these videos. This new Essentials kit comes with your range rulers, your movement tools, basic tokens that you need. It's going to come with battle cards to build the scenarios from game to game that are going to be important. And it just is going to give you dice. It's going to give you all of the things that you need that aren't going to come to you any other way. The next thing that's going to be on your list is another box of speeder bikes. And kind of the top tier competitive lists right now are actually running 4 speeder bikes with Darth Vader, but 3 will do for now. We had to go down to 3 just to kind of keep within the $250 range. So a 3rd speeder bike is going to set you up really well in this list. Next on the list is, I think you need to pick up a box of Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are not going to be included in this list. in this Blizzard Force box. So Stormtroopers are going to be really important because the most powerful core unit in the game right now is called the Stormtrooper Heavy Response Unit, and that is a unit that can only be taken in Blizzard Force. You can't take it anywhere else. And what it is instead of allowing you to take 4 Stormtrooper minis, you take 3, but you can take 2 Stormtrooper upgrades. That leads me to the next box that you need to buy. Is the Stormtrooper Upgrade. In the Stormtrooper Upgrade, it's going to come with an RT-97C heavy weapon upgrade that comes with a gun that shoots at range 4 with 1 red and 3 white dice. Now, with the Stormtrooper Heavy Response unit, you're going to also include your DLT-19 heavy upgrade. That DLT-19, as you know, shoots 2 red dice, and if you pair the 2 together, that's 3 red dice, 3 white dice at range 1 to 4. It's pretty nasty, and if you can get into range 3, you can add the 3 white dice for the other 3 regular guys who are in that unit with you. And then you throw in Precise 1 as well as Unhindered keywords on that heavy response unit. It makes them pretty nasty. So I recommend that you pick up 1 Stormtrooper box and a Stormtrooper upgrade. Now, I will say that if you spend more than $250, you definitely want to pick up 1 more of all of the things I just told you: the speeder bikes, the Stormtroopers, and the Stormtrooper upgrade. But doing those, getting 2 of those right off the bat would take you over that $250 limit. So like I said, Blizzard Force box, new Essentials kit, speeder bike, Stormtrooper, and Stormtrooper upgrade. Those 5 things are going to kind of get you started. The very last thing on the list is Operative Vader. Now, Operative Vader, you're asking me, well, I already have Darth Vader and I can't take Operative Vader in this list. You're right, but what is in the box of the Operative Vader box that you need is his command cards. There are 3 additional Darth Vader command cards that are very powerful that you're going to want to have the flexibility to take in your list. Now that we've talked about the boxes, let's dive into the list. So for this list, our only commander option is going to be Darth Vader, but that's okay. Darth Vader is going to be really strong in this list. He's going to do a lot of damage. Now, the upgrades that we've selected for him are a little limited because of what is included is not ideal for a Force user, but we're going to work with it and it'll do great. The first thing is you want Force Reflexes. Force Reflexes gives Darth Vader a free dodge every time, every activation. He can tap that if he would like. And then he's got this Master of the Force keyword that can ready it back. So a couple other Force upgrades you're going to want in there. I like to run Force Choke on Darth Vader. It just gives you some guaranteed damage that you can work into his attacks. And then the last Force upgrade we're going to put on him, because he is Commander Vader, he is unfortunately Speed 1. So you're definitely going to want to put Burst of Speed on Darth Vader to help get him into the enemy units. So those 3 things on him. You can also take Vigilance if you'd like, if he ends up with a dodge, to keep some dodges, to carry over a dodge into the next turn. The next part of our list, our core. Of course, we need to include our Stormtrooper Heavy Response Unit. There are only 2 upgrade slots on that, your heavy weapon slots, and that is all you need. You're going to drop in that RT-97C from your Stormtrooper upgrade box and your DLT-19 to get you that sweet 3 red, 3 white at range 1 to 4. Then you're gonna just drop in 3 naked snowtroopers. Now, I love when I have 4 speeder bikes and I'm running Darth Vader, I love to just run at least one of my snowtroopers with a flamethrower and some sonic imploders, and it just gets them. It makes them really, really nasty. Sonic imploders kind of gets them to where they can throw suppressive grenades when they get to range 1. The flamethrower is really great because it adds a black dice for every miniature in the unit that you are attacking, makes them for some really potent attacks. But in this list, we're not going to be able to have the points for that because we don't have enough bikes to kind of give us enough activations that we feel comfortable. We're trying to get this to 9 activations, so we're just going to drop in 3 naked snow trooper units to kind of pad our activation count, and then 3 speeder bikes. These guys are going to zoom all over the place, and they will be great for going and flanking your enemies, or dropping some more suppression by compulsing into units and shooting units. You can split fire with them because they have 2 different weapons and hand out suppression, lots of other ways. That's the name of the game with this Blizzard Force list, is suppression. And then last but not least is the ATST. Now on my ATST in Blizzard Force, I like to just run the Imperial Hammers pilot. It gives it surge to hit, which is really helpful when you're throwing dice. I don't know about you, but I seem to roll nothing but surges whenever I run without the Hammers pilot. So I like to run the Hammers pilot just to give my dice better odds of hitting. And then I also like to run the mortar launcher to give us one, a little bit of more dice at range 4, but also be able to hand out suppression across the map. If maybe there's a box carrier on the opposite end of the map that I can't get to, my ATST may be able to see it and shoot at it from infinite range and suppress it. So that's really helpful to have. So let's talk about command cards. Obviously, Vader's got some amazing command cards. We're not going to spend much time in this video reading through those. You can do those on your own, or you may already know about those. Blizzard Force command cards are a must-take. Debark for ground assault, the 3-pip. You can issue orders to core or heavies, and if it's a core that's issued the order, all of their weapons gain suppressive. That's really great on those Stormtrooper heavy response units because they can split fire 3 ways. So you can have 3 attacks that are handing out 2 suppression each, which is great. Your Snowtroopers will also have suppressive attack in this list. That's why I'm saying that if you have more money to spend, it's great to pick up a second heavy response unit, so that way you can have 2 units split firing 3 ways for 6 total attacks, or 6 total shots that hand out 2 suppression tokens each. So it can get really nasty really quick. Overwhelming Barrage is an amazing turn 1 play. You can hand out suppression right off the bat on important enemy units that you may want to keep from tapping an objective or starting to move towards your units, because that's one area where, other than Vader, this list falls apart is in melee. So maybe you want to slow down their melee threats that they're going to be charging at you. Or maybe you want to wipe off a generic 4-wound commander turn 1. That's also a great thing to use this card for. It also has beam, so you get to do that to 2 enemies. So make sure that in your deployment you're placing Darth Vader last, so you can line him up for some really great turn 1 shots with this card. The 1-pip is an amazing card, Unrelenting Assault. I like to follow this up either, if you're playing with Darth Vader, you could follow this up. You could do Debark for ground assault, Master of Evil, and then follow those up with Unrelenting Assault. After you stacked up all of the suppression on enemy units, now they can only remove 1 max from their rally step. So it's basically an auto suppress card if you've stacked up enough suppression leading up to this moment. So this is an incredible card to play. Make sure you time it well. So with this list, we're kind of at about 796 with the upgrades we've talked about. You could get that down if you wanted to get rid of the ATST, but I definitely think you need to pick up some more heavy response units and another speeder bike before you get rid of the ATST or Darth Vader. You could even pick up Veers. I really like Veers in this because he also has kind of a bombardment card that I like to keep. But then you have absolutely no melee threats, so it's really important that you shoot to all the melee threats first most of the time. As far as battle deck goes, we don't have much of a bid, and we only, with our $250 build, we only have kind of the core battle deck cards that aren't, some of them are okay for this list, some of them are not. Ideally what you want with Blizzard Force is bombing run, payload, breakthrough, and then I have key positions in mine just to score round 6, because I think I can most of the time kill things before we get to round 6 hopefully, and to either table my opponent or make it really, really difficult for them to win by round 6. So with this $250 build, you're kind of stuck with kind of the core objectives. So I wouldn't worry too much about trying to keep that bid low. I would just worry about kind of upgrading your units the best that you can, and worry about trying to drop that bid down and change up those objectives as you pick up another speeder bike unit, as you pick up another storm heavy response unit, and might be able to drop Vader or the ATST. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. I am happy to answer lots of Blizzard Force questions in the comments below. Just ask below if you have any questions about them. Don't forget there's a link below where you can pick up all of these things. It's a great way to jump into the Empire if you are wanting to get into Legion. Make sure you check out that link below, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.